Wait, what's good everybody? It's your boy JSX4 here. And today we're going to be doing another Koikatsu story time of the JSX4 series. I am just honestly glad that you guys are liking it. The last episode of this got 80 views. So I'm actually happy that people are enjoying the story. And I honestly enjoy making the story. Because, you know, when you're having fun, I'm having fun with it too. Especially when you're just especially when people do get engaged and want to know more about what happens next. And it just feels nice to write something, honestly. It feels nice to make something like this. Not to brag or anything, but I did see one of my co-hosts come through on Twitter, came through and said that they liked the story that I was trying to tell, and it was like, yes, you do use sex in your story, but you use it in a way that actually is more than just having sex. It's more than just randomly doing anime characters. You're just actually trying to tell some plot with this as well. And that's the key thing about the entire story. Yes, while I am smashing a bunch of anime girls, that does not necessarily mean that that's all that this story is. There is a deeper, darker meaning to what's going on, honestly. And that's kind of the whole point. Again, this is VTuber lore still. And while yes, I know that there's a lot of YouTubers that do like happy and idle stories with their VTuber avatars, and that's fine, but I just want to tell a darker story, a story that a lot of YouTubers can't tell with their lore. So that's what I wanted to do here. So I'm not going to waste any more time, so let's actually get into it. So just to give you the quickest rundown, last episode we had to pretty much try to form up a harem and think about who we want to add in with me and Toko and Chiaki, and pretty much we got Lumine in now, and now we're trying to figure out what other members of said harem could we throw in, and that's where we are at now. So the episode starts off with Kaede and Ochako. You're probably wondering, you probably already know why Ochako is here, considering y'all just horny as hell for her. Anyway, Kaede and Ochako were actually heading to gym, but Kaede's skirt wasn't fitting on her huge ass. That's because I may or may not have tipped the scales of her ass to be a bit bigger. Not my fault. So they basically hurried on to the changing room so they can get ready for gym, and hopefully Kaede's ass don't be all that showy. So Kaede goes through and just be like, alright, maybe I should wear my gym uniform for the rest of the day. Toko comes in and just starts screaming out of nowhere. Like, the bitch won't shut up, honestly. And then also Kaede is screaming a little bit too. And she's just like, why are you screaming? And Toko's just like, I came to tell you that the president needs to see you two. And I wasn't expecting to see your fat piano ass. Like, literally, all she does is sit on the piano and play that all day. You wonder why she got a thick ass. You will understand why she has a nice ass in the back, you know. I'm just being completely honest. It's because she be sitting down on that damn piano. Like, she can sit on my face and get the same results, and I'll be licking everything. Anyway, Kaede just keeps pleading with Toko and just be like, stop mentioning my fat piano ass. Like, I know it's fat and juicy. I know. Just stop mentioning it, please. Anyway, they switched to their gym outfits and went to the office. And now that they're in the office, I'm just sitting there just like, so I'm assuming that Toko told you what's up already? And Kaede's like, yeah, we don't mind. We'll help. And Ochako's also even like, I want to be a hero, so I need to be useful in every situation. Oh yes, very useful. Considering your thick ass is what all my co-hosts minds all the damn time. So yes, you will be very useful to this harem, Ochako. Now, no doubt in logic on that one. And Toko is just like, why does this feel really easy? I mean, with Lumine, we had to kind of plead with her that this is something that needs to happen. But with these two, they just kind of accepted it like it's nothing. Why did that feel a little too easy? I'm just like, does it matter? As long as they're just willing to join the cause, then I'm fine with whatever. And then the despair starts kicking in. And so Toko's just like, you okay, man? Jay, are you okay? And the spare me kicks in, just like, evil ass. Kaede already just recognizes something's off and just be like, what's with your eyes? And I'm in the evil version, the spare J is just like, the bigger question is why you whores aren't gargling my cum yet. And that's like, we just like, hey yo, you wanna chill, you're gonna get your ass canceled out here, bro. And honestly, if this was the version of me that actually existed, this dude would not care about getting canceled in the slightest. He would like, I'm gonna make her. I'm like, what do you mean cancel me? I'm gonna make you gargle it too. Like he's not out here to play any games. He is out here to clap cheeks and cause despair. That's his whole entire thing. And Toko obviously understands immediately what's going on, and she's like, shit, you're in despair? Calm it, you're not yourself. But despair me is just like, shut the F up, Toko. Since you want to be out of line, I'll McDonald's rap pay your ass first and do it real hard. And so Toko is just like already knowing the situation. She doesn't know how bad this is gonna get, but she has a way out of this. Essentially, the plan was to really get Junko in when this happens, and then have Jay smash Junko, and that will be a way to cancel out this despair. But unfortunately, Junko's not around right now, and so Toko has to think on her feet, and mentally she's thinking, if he F's us up like that, then we'll be brain dead in despair. I got no choice. And so Toko just sneezes, and then all of a sudden Genocide Jack is here, and she's like, ta-da, you son of a bitch, get those pants off already and let's go to effing. I'm like, of course it gotta be, because think about it, since Genocide Jack and Toko don't really share memories, it'll be fine, because at least if Genocide Jack gets messed up, at least Toko won't, and someone will still have the brains to do what needs to be done, honestly. So that's not gonna be that's not gonna be a big problem, honestly. So Toko should be able to handle this. So Genocide Jack should be able to handle this, considering the circumstances that we got here. And obviously, I'm just like, and the evil me doesn't know the difference between Genocide Jack and Toko, because he never seen Genocide Jack, and so he's just like, now you're getting into it. I want to see how long your ugly ass will last. So he is not playing around. But then, for whatever reason, my despair version of me is just being like, something is different about her though. Whatever, I'm still gonna F her stupid ass, and that's pretty much how he is. That's his mentality. He just wanna F things. That he is literally a man whore at this point, okay? And Genocide Jack, just like, I don't know all the details, but you have to get ready for playtime after he had his fill of me, and starts laughing like crazy. Like it's just Jack. It's just Jack at this point. So some hours passes later, and all you see is just Jay just tired. This man is just panting like crazy, because he didn't know what else to do because of all the crazy sadistic smashing that he did with Genocide Jack, and he's just not feeling himself still. And while he may look like he's out of despair, he's still very close to it. So obviously, you know, we're still not out the woods yet. And Toko finally reverted back and just be like, looks like he's back now. And she looks at Ochako and Kaede, and she's like, he effed me so hard that Genocide Jack passed out. Hey, what are you idiots waiting for? I told Genocide Jack to tell you to F him. His despair isn't fully gone yet. And of course Ochako gets right on it, and Kaede just like, yeah, I understand. I'll take care of him, like he did for me for the last 2 years. So afterwards, so when they starts playing around, a lot of time passes afterwards, and to the point they just exhausted. Everybody's just exhausted at this point. And Jay's just like, damn, Toko, you okay? Toko's just like, I can't feel my legs, my whole glasses, I'm blind, I can't see what is going on, because I am just that damn tired. I have no sort of sense of my body whatsoever. And Kaede just like, my heart is still pounding. Ochako chimes in and be like, I didn't think I would enjoy it this much. Then Conoco and Lamine walks in, and Conoco's like, oh, what happened now? Like, do y'all, is this what we all just gonna be doing now? Is this all that there is when it comes to you now? And so, and then Lamine trying to chime in, try to be smart with it, try to be like, did the Arcana come F everybody? Like, that is that what's going on here? Conoco just like, I'm not sending her out anymore, Jay. You better not be tired, because you're mine now. Lamine is also about to chime in like, you better be a big boy. I never let child F me because his dick is so small, so I expect more of you. And we just straight up smashed until 3 p.m. Afterwards, Conoco and Lamine went home with me. And obviously, if you guys don't know, I don't like shipping, and I really don't like to ship a Lumine and Child, so that's why I said that. F Child and the Lumine ship. I don't care for it. Child is a nice character, but I don't care about the ship. That's why I said what I said. Whew. Hope you're not tired yet, because we still got 2 whole parts to go through. Yeah, this is gonna be a long one, so hopefully you got some snacks, hopefully you got some popcorn. If you're watching this late at night, hopefully you enjoy your time before you go to bed. Anyway, so the next day, before we had to head off to class and stuff, I wanted to have a little quick session with Lamine, and so we did, and it was a nice ass session. It was some good ass smashing, and I was all like, that was some really damn good sex, Lamine. Like, that was probably some of the better that I had, honestly. And Conoco just somewhat, for some reason, just pops up behind me like the sneaky cat she is, and then just be like, the best you ever had, huh? And so I'm freaking out again, because I was just like, what? No, the best. I didn't know you were behind me. Oh my gosh. Ooh, lady, you are crazy. And so Conoco was all like, we have class to go to, and here you are having sex. And I'm just like, I mean, I did feel just a little bit of despair, you know. It's not, you know, you don't want to take this by chance, honestly. And Conoco just looking mad as shit and just looking down, just like, honestly, this N-word here. And I'm like, okay, like, come on, Conoco, like, don't be mad. You know, I still love you the most. You know, I'm just trying not to, I just don't want her to punch the shit out of me again. Like, she done that many times before. So I don't want to see that happening again right now. And Conoco just gave me a little kiss on the cheek, and she was just like, I know you do love me, no matter what. And so, you know, I'm just like, see that, and see right there, that's a good relationship. That's a good relationship right there. Besides all this extra stuff happening, that's just some good womanly relationship right there, honestly. Take that, Issa, you bitch. Anyway, Lamine is just gargling the rest of my nut while she's just laying there while we just having a lovey-dovey moment. And so I'm just like, yeah, we should probably clean her up before we go. So we at the school now, and Conoco was suggesting people for the harem, and she was just like, so any ideas for who you want in the harem? And I'm just like, honestly, not really. I don't have any ideas of who I would want, honestly. And Conoco just like, well, I'm sure Zenobia or Azia wouldn't mind helping, especially Zenobia. And I'm just like, I didn't even think to get Zenobia. Huh. Why did I not think about putting Zenobia into this? So definitely, I'm just like, okay, maybe I'll ask her to. And so, all of a sudden, after I said that, Mukuro is just T-posing outside the window and just floating there. I'm just kidding. Mukuro actually just jumped off the building. And so I'm looking to the side like, what the hell is actually happening? So definitely, I'm just out here scrambling real quick and getting my stuff together and just being like, hold on, Mukuro, I got this. And so, you know, as a student council president, you can't let anything bad happen to your students. So what was the obvious idea here? Pretty much copy what Lamine did in that one video I did recently, and just jump out the window and try to save Mukuro. Obviously, Conoco was just freaking out because she didn't even see Mukuro fall out the window. So I'm over here jumping out the window and whatever and trying to catch her, because I'm like, okay, if I can dive at her and somehow catch her before she falls, maybe, you know, it won't be game over for her. Maybe we can be able to save, maybe we can still save her if we catch her. So as I'm diving for Mukuro to save her, all I saw from the back was her ass and panties, and then I got flustered. Of course I did. Of course I did. Look, if so, even in this type of situation, yes, I am still going to be looking at someone's ass. There's just nothing I can do about that, unfortunately. And because I'm seeing her cake in the back, it causes me to miss time, and I fail and fall way faster than what Mukuro is falling, meaning I hit the ground way faster and harder than she did. And then Mukuro landed, luckily, but she landed on top of me, breaking her fall and breaking my back. So, you know, it's not a good moment. And Mukuro is like, after all that, just like, I'm really sorry. And I'm just like, my back! I'm like Tobey Maguire out here, just like, oh, my back! Oh, Mukuro again says she's sorry, and I'm just like, what in the hell were you thinking? You could have been deep, you could have died. And Junko just pops out of nowhere, because of course she did, and just be like, yep, and I told her to do it. Oh, of course, effing of course, why wouldn't it be you? Like, to be perfectly honest, that's something that you would do anyway. Then Junko just pops up and be like, you should be thanking me. Fresh meats to satisfy your despair addiction. And I'm just like, what? So Junko just continues on to say, a nice ugly F meat for you to devour. Honestly, even if she despairs, it'll be no different than effing her normally, besides losing the ability to love. And I'm just like, dude, blonde bitch, I don't want Mukuro in the harem. I don't. Like, she's a good girl and all, but I don't really care for Mukuro like that, if I'm being honest. You really got a messed up sense of thinking if just jumping off of a building is what's going to cause her to be in this harem. Like, are you actually insane, Junko? And so Junko sighs, and she just says to Mukuro, and Mukuro already knew what to do. So Mukuro rips off my own pants and starts sucking me off. I can't show any of this. I cannot. And so, you know, it gets a little really crazy. And so I'm just like, Mukuro, what are you doing? Like, and of course, Junko's just like, don't refuse her. She is pouring her love out to you, and only you, you know. And I'm just trying to tell her to stop and everything because, you know, this ain't the time for it. And she just keeps going anyway, and just making me feel really sensitive. And so Conoco and Lamine comes out and see what is happening, and she's like, "Are you effing serious, dude?" And this is not my fault. Junko started this nonsense, and obviously, I'm just trying to keep telling Mukuro to stop, but she just keeps going until I finally give in and be like, "Okay, damn it!" And Junko just like, "Okay, what?" I'm like, "I'll F Mukuro too, okay?" And Junko like, "That's enough, whore." And so Mukuro stops. Because like I'm pretty sure any Danganronpa fan knows that Mukuro will do anything Junko says. That's the reason why this is like the way it is. So anyway, Mukuro finally stops and swallows the rest of his pre-nuts, and pretty much goes on to say, "My sister just wants to please you. After all, we want your despair out of you and into us. I'll be sure to service you well." And Mukuro, in the final part of this, just unbuttons her shirt and showed off her huge jugs. She also promised to F me whenever I want. Lamine is just in the back just like, "I'm honestly mad at you. You didn't even let me in on this." Like, I would have been happy to smash, honestly. But Conoco is feeling a little bit different. She's genuinely angry, because she's like, "Damn it." And in her mind, she's just like, "This is going too far." Alright, everybody, last part. Hopefully you're enjoying this. I'm kinda am. The reason why I say kinda is because my voice is kinda dying now. So let's continue on with this last and final but crucial kind of part. Anyway, later on, during that same day, well actually I should say same night, really, Conoco ends up taking me to the infirmary and locking the door behind her. And she's like, "Now I lock the door. Now no one is gonna take this away from me." And I'm like, "Conoco, what's this all about?" And Conoco's just like spilling out, just saying, "What do you think? I want to have you all to myself. I want you to have sex with me." And so I'm like, "Conoco, like, come on, girl." But no, she's actually not having it with this one. She says, "I'm tired of everyone having their way with you." And she just climbs on the bed and starts taking off her own clothes and just being like, "It's my turn now." And Conoco just continues onward with, "Don't you love me?" And I'm just like, "Of course I do. I can't live without you." And Conoco just keep going on and being like, "Then show me. Take off your clothes and show me." And then under her breath, she's like, "Tell me that this wasn't a mistake." And so I take off my own clothes and start playing with her. And we were at it for like a good ass minute. We didn't stop until we were both satisfied. So at the end of all of it, I just caught up with her and just slept with her for a hot minute, for a good while, honestly. And there's a lot of this I really probably can't show. Anyway, Conoco starts crying to herself, and obviously I hear her. And I'm just like, "Conoco, what's wrong?" She's just like, "I'm just scared," and starts crying about it too. And I'm just like, "Why are you scared?" I'm just asking, like, "Why are you scared?" And Conoco shakes her head and be like, "All this to spare? I don't want to lose you. I don't want these girls to take you away from me. Conoco." And she just keeps crying more and more. "Conoco, I'm not leaving you. I would never. I won't let this despair hurt you either. As far as the other girls go, they'll never drag me away from you. They can never make me as happy as you do anyway. Don't cry anymore. And this love for each other wasn't a mistake. And Conoco is just, feeling a little bit more better than what she was feeling originally. And I just go on to say, you became a regular Neko and gave up being a devil for me. I'll never do anything to forget you or your sacrifice. And Conoco just be like, thank you, Jay, for everything. I won't leave your side ever. I'll stay with you, even after death. As she goes to sleep, and I'm just thinking in the back of my head, I'm not gonna let you despair. So I get up, and while Conoco's asleep, I put back on my clothes and look down at Conoco. Obviously, I don't want her to worry anymore. She shouldn't have to go through any of this. In the end of all this, I'm just thinking to myself, I'm gonna fix this no matter what. I left the infirmary and found Junko. And so I'm going ahead and I'm just ready to confront Junko just to feel, because I'm just really ready just to end all this. And I'm just like, there's more to this despair, isn't it? And Junko says, I have no idea what you're talking about. Shouldn't you be asleep or effing some ugly horse? And I'm just like, I'm not here to play, Junko. I know you want something out of me, out of all this. Junko continues to be like, I just want to share in your despair. Do you think I would lie about loving seeing you in despair, Jay? We could share the feeling together. And I'm just not even having any of this. I'm just like, that's not all you want. I'm warning you. If you're trying to take control of me and use me for whatever reason, you breaking as a brain-dead slut of despair will be the last thing you need to worry about. And so, Junko, for the first time ever, felt shook. Like, she was actually taken aback about this. But she quickly snaps back. And she goes on to say, I'll enjoy every moment and every drop of your coming in my despair-loving vagina. And she continues onward with being like, I'll be more than happy to make a baby of despair with you. I won't even be disgusted of our creation. I'll raise her right. I don't say a damn thing, honestly. And she ends off everything with saying, hope for despair or despair for hope. We aren't that different than you think. And that is finally the end, and I could rest my voice now. Well, not really, actually, because I still got something else to do. But yes, that is the entirety of this one. This is a very long video, so hopefully you do have some enjoyment out of all this, and hopefully you do enjoy the stories I'm coming up here. So definitely, obviously, there are some things going on with Junko with what she wants, and obviously Jay's not having any of this. But there's still a lot of questions. There's still a few questions though with how things are going. Like, who's gonna be next to join the harem? Where is Samugi? What is Junko? How is Junko's plan gonna try to come to fruition? And what is this despair of Jay gonna be able to do? And it seemed also like despair Jay is also starting to kind of slowly taking. It seemed like Jay is slowly kind of learning how to use the despair version of him a little bit more. Now it feels like he's starting to learn how to use it just a slight bit, even though he doesn't have full control of it. Because how did he finish that complete sentence if that was the case? You know? He's starting to learn how to sink in with his despair self. So, that's kind of good. But still, even with that he still has a long way to go. And hopefully now Conoco is a little bit more better with this entire situation. She's not, and the thing is with this, she wasn't crying for the fact that, that she has to be fighting for one guy like she did in High School DxD. This is more so her just don't wanting Jay to forget about her, honestly. And of course, I would never forget about Conoco. But so far, that is all we have for this one. Yes, this is a very long one, so hopefully you did enjoy. If you did, be sure to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification on your way out. Also follow me on Twitter to talk and little donate to the channel, Ko-Fi, and Patreon is available as well. And until then, this is your boy Jay, sign off. Have a blessed day.